Wilidis, and I'm the coordinator of FLEXITRANSTORE project. I'm very happy to be here today to participate in this closing event of FLEXITRANSTORE project, which completed a few days ago a very successful 4.5-year run. We believe that this was a very good opportunity now that our demonstrations have ended, now that we have extracted and identified our results and evaluated them, to organize this workshop in order to present and highlight our achievements, our results, and the lessons learned, and to show all the outcomes that came out of this innovation project. And so I would like to thank all of you for being here today, for taking the time to participate in this event. And of course, I would like to thank all my colleagues, all the partners in the project, both the speakers of today's workshop and the rest of the partners, for a very successful and very positive collaboration through all those years, which contributed significantly to the success of the project and the successful finalization of all activities. So I'm going to share my screen in order to start with an overview of the FLEXITRANSTORE project, so that all of you get a basic idea of what our project is about and what are the objectives, the scope, and the demonstrators that we set up in through these years. So FLEXITRANSTORE stands for an integrated platform for increased flexibility in smart transmission grids with storage entities and large penetration of renewable energy sources. The project started 4.5 years ago on November of 2017, and we just ended our activities a few days ago at the end of April of this year. The grant that we had received from the European Commission was in the order of 17 million euros. The consortium, the very wide and diverse consortium, was one of the main reasons of the project's success. So we are a consortium consisting of 30 partners with expertise that covers the whole energy value chain. So we have many European TSOs and DSOs on board. We have many prestigious universities and research centers, big technology and ICT providers, manufacturers, and a market operator, and also a regulator. So moving on, the objectives, we can say that the project revolves around the notion of flexibility. In the current years, given the changing setting of the power systems and the increased penetration of renewables, flexibility is a very trending, let's say, concept and necessary in order to efficiently balance and support the power systems and the operation of the grids. So within this context, FLEXITRANSTORE aims to deploy solutions that will unleash significant flexibility potential, mainly in the transmission, but also in the distribution systems. And let's say the strategic objectives of the project are to enhance and accelerate the integration of renewables into the European energy systems, addressing imbalances, and to increase cross-border electricity flows across Europe. In order to achieve this at a technical level, we developed a next generation of flexible energy grid in the form of a platform, of a digital platform, which provides the basis and hosts the different tools and applications that were developed during the course of the project, connects the different actors, the different involved actors, in order to support the valorization of flexibility services and to enhance and improve the existing European internal energy market. And at the market level, we developed a wholesale market infrastructure. We introduced a flexibility market for the trading of flexibility services. We defined new products and order types that are suitable for the trading of flexibility in different time frames, but mostly focused on the day ahead and the intraday and balancing time frames. And all this under the umbrella of new business models to upgrade the different network players and to incentivize new ones to join, and having as an end goal also the cross-border trading and the cross-border cooperation between system operators and actors. So more specifically, FLEXITRANSTORE targets the whole energy value chain with the basic aim to increase the flexibility of the grids. We were one of the first projects to deal with very large-scale demonstrators that are introducing real hardware on the site. And we highlighted the use of battery energy storage systems and their multi-purpose role in not only as energy buffers to store excess energy, but also we highlighted their active role in the management of the power systems and in provision of services and other applications. We showcased the integration of battery systems at the interface between the TSO and the DSO, at the interface of a wind farm with the main grid, and a battery storage system integrated at the conventional combined cycle gas turbine plant. In the transmission grid, we showed the use of power flow controllers for the first time in the South East European region. We demonstrated the installation of sensors on transmission and distribution lines for dynamic line rating purposes. Controllers, hierarchical novel controllers for monitor and to control the operation of substations at the TSO-DSO border and at the interfaces of renewable plants with the grid. In the distribution network, we also enhanced the demand response mechanism using, again, some innovative controllers. Regarding conventional generators, we introduced novel power system stabilizers to damp oscillations to make the balancing of the grid easier. And finally, within the wholesale electricity markets, as already mentioned, we implemented a flexibility market for flexibility trading based on an enhanced Euphemia market model. So the main challenge that the project tackles and our main vision from day one was to unleash the flexibility potential of the transmission and distribution grids, to make the grids more flexible, to allow, and in this way to aid the operations of the system operators, both TSOs and DSOs, through the deployment of large-scale hardware and software solutions on the field, which aim towards the increase of the security of supply and the robustness of grids, to increase the penetration of renewables and to efficiently balance and accept this increased penetration, to create flexible TSO-DSO interfaces, to introduce novel market designs and products for flexibility trading, and of course to design attractive business models for the deployment of storage and battery energy storage systems. To achieve this, one of the core objectives of the project was to develop the so-called FEG platform, the Flexible Energy Grid Platform, which is inherently is a platform that allows the communication and data exchange between all involved actors in a transparent and seamless way, and provides a technical basis to unleash the flexibility potential, to provide flexibility services, and to assist the trading of flexibility at different time frames and between involving different actors and roles. We will go into greater detail about the FEG platform in a dedicated session later. So for now, I will not go into further details. But I would like to say a few words about our demonstrators. FLEXITRANSTORE is an innovation project, so we put a great emphasis on our large-scale demonstrations, which took place in 6 countries across Europe. Thematically, these demonstrators are divided into 3 layers, according to the point of application of the solutions across the energy value chain. In layer 1, we focus on flexibility at transmission connection points, and we take into account production and demand. In layer 2, we aim to increase cross-border capacity and clean energy flows. And in layer 3, we deal with the flexibility entering the markets. So this is a list with our demonstrators, and I'm going to say quickly a few words. In any case, you will be able to see in great detail presentations from almost all our demonstrations later in the workshop. So first, we have an active substation controller with storage integration at the TSO-DSO interface in Cyprus. In this demonstration, we installed a battery energy storage system at a substation connecting the TSO and the DSO grid in Cyprus, at a feeder that featured the many renewables and fluctuating production and demand. This battery energy storage system tries to stabilize the grid, to act as a buffer, and to provide flexibility in the form of services to the system operators. The same happens with the second demonstrator, which is again an active hierarchical substation controller with featuring a battery energy storage system at the interface of the wind park plant with the main grid in northern Greece. Our third demonstration has to do with the dynamic line rating concept. So we installed sensors in transmission and distribution lines in Slovenia and Bulgaria with the aim to perform dynamic line rating, to be able to predict icing conditions in mountainous areas where there is a lot of snow and cold during the winter that might create issues with the stability of the power lines, and so we can easily predict the formation of ice and solve this accordingly, or at the same time we can calculate dynamic limits for the loading of the lines, which are of course higher than the static rated limit. So thus we can accommodate bigger power flows and more renewables indirectly. In the fourth demonstration, we have the installation of power flow control devices by our partners SmartWires. They installed mobile power flow control devices in power lines in Bulgaria and Greece, and to showcase how the injection of reactants on the power lines can control the power flows, can divert power flows from congested lines to other less congested lines, and to showcase how this solution can assist in congestion management and in other applications. In demonstration 5, we showcased the operation of a wholesale market for flexibility, with featuring the introduction of new order types and products, and we created a simulated market in Cyprus and Bulgaria to show how the system operation can benefit from the operation of such a market in such diverse countries with different power systems and structure. Then we had an active substation controller in hardware in the loop demonstration through a virtual lab that we set up in Luxembourg with the help of our partner list. And in demonstration 7, we integrated a battery energy storage system with a conventional combined cycle gas turbine to show how this combination of assets can lead to more efficient operation of the power plant, and also how this can increase significantly the portfolio of services that such an integrated system can provide to the system operators, and thus achieving higher revenues and new revenue streams. And finally, we have a robust conventional generation plant through power system stabilizer, where we introduced a novel PSS, which helps to damp oscillations and to keep maintain the stability of the grid. And this was deployed in a power plant in Bulgaria. Here you can see how our demonstrations actually cover the whole energy value chain, and the points of applications are from the central generation, let's say, domain up to the substation domain, transmission system, and the distribution system, but also how certain demonstrations also are responsible for the whole monitoring of the system, and of course, taking into account also the markets. So this was a quick introduction. Here you can see the social media of our project, which of course you are welcome to join and follow. And any questions are welcome at this point, or else we can move to the next presentation. Thank you.
So thank you very much, Nikos. Is there any question to the project coordinator? If not, I could like to